What's going on, family? My name is Artica. I am the founder of Temporary Solution LLC, formerly known as Compassionate Hands. So yeah, I'm just here to give you guys some information about who I am, just some background about where my journey started, and pretty much where I'm at now. So during these videos, I'm going to discuss pretty much. I'm going to get some nitty gritty exactly, where it all started and what happened and where I'm at now. And so, hope you guys enjoy it. So first off. Again, I'm Artica, Shoemaker, the founder of Temporary Solution LLC, formerly known as Compassion at Hand. That was my former LLC name, Compassion at Hands, but now it is Temporary Solution LLC. So that's the current name. So I want to say back in 2020, I remember it like yesterday. I was just sitting at the house, like I was just broke. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was just broke. Like I had a 9 to 5. I made sure I took care of bills. I made sure that, I paid all the bills. I went to work, did my 9 to 5s, I bought food, typical thing, take care of the kids, typical family man who do family stuff, you feel me? And I just wanted the best, for my situation. And I work hard, I do right by people, I do right by my job. I'm just righteous, you feel me? So even with me being righteous and, moving in a way where, I felt like I was doing the right thing. I felt like I was doing the good service to God, but I was still broke. Just broke. They had no money at all. But everything was taken care of. Everything was taken care of. The bills were taken care of. Family was taken care of. If anybody needed anything, taken care of. But me, I was just broke. Financially didn't have any money, and so it was a very, very uncomfortable feeling, and I couldn't do nothing. I just work, go home, cook, take care of kids. That's it. And I wanted more. I wanted to be able to, I work a 9 to 5. I'm giving this my life. You feel me? And I'm serving certain people inside the church. Just doing right. You know what I'm saying? And so I was still broke. So that was an uncomfortable feeling. So one day I was just sitting inside the house, and I remember like yesterday, I had a dub, a $20 bill, and I just turned the TV on, and the guy by the name of Larry King came though. And so it was late at night. He be on late night, and so what I'm talking about. It had to be late night, and he was on there, and he had a couple to get on the episode, and they was talking about credit. So they was talking about explaining, just giving information about credit, what came with credit, how to leverage credit, just pretty much everything, how to repair credit. And they talked about how you can utilize the tool credit, to get access to certain things like some additional funding. I mean, it just came with to me, it sounded like freedom. It sound like some additional funds that I can utilize to help me maybe go on a vacation, or maybe put gas in my car, or maybe I can just buy a little miscellaneous thing rather than using my own money. So I like how they explain credit, how they repair credit, how they build credit, and I like the testimonies that came with them. They was talking about how they're going to sell a book. In their book, they talked about a lot of people bought their book, and the testimony was they were marvelous. I mean, they were wonderful, and it sparked some interest in me as far as like, maybe I could look into this and see if it's something I can do, or it's something that can help me with my situation. So I ain't gonna lie, I knew I got paid in like 2 days. So my gas tank was fine. My gas tank was full, and so. And usually I just keep a little 20 baby to grab me something to eat or something to get to my paycheck maybe that Friday or whatever. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I did? I gave them for my last 20 just to get that book so I can learn about credit. And after that, I was $0 for 2 days. I was broke. I ain't gonna lie, I was out of broke around that time, but it was just like it was being broke, and like it's more of a mindset. It's how you manage. It's how you look at money, how you view money. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to talk about that later. But right now I'm talking about me getting this book because I was broke. That book helped me out. So I got the book, I read the book, I learned about credit, I learned how to repair credit, I learned about credit bureaus and creditors and credit reporting agencies and how they operate and things like that. So I pretty much learned the credit game around 2020, and so I was able to remove a few items on my credit. I didn't really have bad credit. I had a few collections, and it was minor stuff. And so I utilized the strategy within inside that book to remove the items from my credit. Now at that time, it wasn't that bad. It was okay. So I removed it, and then I instantly went out there to go apply for some funding or just some credit, And so I was able to get access to, I got access to around $30,000 in credit, credit card, personal loans. I just got access to it, and I was happy. I'm like, finally I can breathe, finally I can do this, finally I can do that. So I got the credit, but I didn't have no plan with it. And so before you get credit, you want to make sure that you have a plan. All right, so with credit, you gotta leverage it. You can't just get the money and just do whatever with it and then not pay it back. It gets to the point where you cannot pay it back. And see, that's what happened to me. And so I got access to around $30,000 in credit. It could have been 40, but I do recall again 30. So I got access to about 30,000, potentially 40, but somewhere around between $30,000 and $40,000 in credit. And so life was fine. 2020 up to about 2022. Yeah, that interest would hit me, and I didn't have any plan. I had an LLC, but they wasn't talking about nothing. I wasn't doing nothing with it. I was just living. And so, in addition to the $30,000 that I got, of course, I had a student loan because I'm actually a certified clinical medical assistant, and so with that, I had student loans. I had a car loan. I had this. I had that, and so I ran up the whole $30,000. Right. And so you already know what happened when you can't pay it back. So these kind of loans that I got, it was personal loans. So with personal loans, they typically come with a higher interest rate. And so at that time, I didn't really too much care about interest rate. I just care about getting the money. Because when you can get access to money, you go for it. You feel me? And so that's pretty much what I did. And so with that being said, I ran up $30,000 and plus the other things like my car, there was another $30,000 on top of that. Student loan, there was another $30,000. And plus whatever additional lines of credit that I had pretty much overall. So somewhere around $100,000 in credit. And so I couldn't pay them back. I just could not pay them people back their money. And so it just really, it threw me off. It took me for a loop. However, yeah. It took me for a loop, y'all. I'm just thinking about it because I just remember like yesterday, like wow, I really had this cash and doing things, going on vacation or whatever little thing that I just typically want to do, the normal thing I want to do, and that it ran dry. And so someone mentioned, I'm like, how can I get out this debt? They started telling me they're gonna start growing this in my wages, which they already started putting a little notice that they're growing this in my wages, and you know what that, if they're growing this my wages, they're taking away from my livelihood, like preventing me from being able to pay rent, car note, and whatever it is that came with responsibilities. And so someone mentioned about bankruptcy, and so it just sounded like the easy way out, was the easy way out. And to make a long story short, in 2022, I filed bankruptcy. So I filed bankruptcy back in 2022, and yeah, I learned a lot. I educated myself a lot about just financing in general, credit, budgeting, and anything that came with money, anything that came with budgeting, money, credit, anything surrounding around financial literacy. I educated myself on that. So I filed bankruptcy. I included everything inside of bankruptcy, even my car, my credit cards, my personal loans, and all that collectively. So I filed that in 2022, and once they came and got the car, because they don't tell you when they come to get the car. I woke up one morning, my car was gone. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, my car was gone, man. My car was cold. My car was cold, bro. But it wasn't technically repo. It was more so volunteer. It was included inside the bankruptcy. So they told me that they were gonna come and get it, but they didn't tell me a day. So I had that car for like almost 2 months. You feel me? So I'm just riding around, just living, just free of debt though. Cause like they not finna garnish my check, they not finna garnish my wages, none of that good stuff. You feel me? And so I yeah, yeah, I was